So all pictures were taken with the Helios 44 on the XT30 setup, using some film simulations or on my Q button menu, some of the Fujifilm recipes. My normal setup is the 27mm on the XT30. And as you can see from the following photo, having the Helios on does add a bit of bulk to the camera. Not supportable as pocketable, but I think worth it just for the creativity that it brings. So as you can see on the Q menu, the C buttons are accustomed to different Fuji film recipes, and the app can be now downloaded onto your iPhones to get all the recipes. The Helios 44 was made by the old Soviet Union back in the 50s, I think up until the 1990s. You can still buy them on eBay for about 30 to 40 pounds. It's a very weighty lens in comparison to the 27mm that I use normally on my XT30, but I think it's worth it for having a play to get that creative flair to your photographs, and I certainly enjoy using it. I think some of those images probably don't do the lens justice, as I was having to use it sort of, the subject matter wasn't particularly good for creating the swirly bokeh that it's known for. I was having to use the images around my kitchen that's currently a building site, but I think it shows the rendering of the colours really well. And as I mentioned, I did use some of the Fujifilm recipes that I'll show you quickly that I set on my Q menu. So the Helios lens itself weighs about 250 grams, so it is fairly heavy. It has a clickable aperture ring, which probably wouldn't be best for people using it for video making, but I like that that feel, that using the manual sort of dials, and it's something quite pleasurable in the click, I think, and part of the experience. It's f2 to f16. You have to get the swirly bokeh, you have to be the correct distance between your subject and the background, and that's quite a skill in itself, I think, trying to get that to master that bokeh, which is, I think, what most people want the lens for, and it's quite popular for that reason, to give that sort of vintage swirly 70s 60s dreamy vibe. It's a 58mm, which I think makes it about an 87mm equivalent full frame on the APS-C sensors. So more sort of a portraity focal length, I would probably say. But I've really enjoyed using it for the creative, the colour, the bokeh, and just getting that creative manual feel with the clickable aperture and the smooth focus dial. So definitely worth one to have a bit of fun with. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully see you next time. I'm going to do some more vintage lenses, the 28mm and 50mm of the Olympus, and hopefully get round to do some sort of more modern lenses, maybe from Seven Artisans or newer, or someone like that as well. So please give me a like if it's any good, and hopefully with a bit of practice it'll get better. Okay, thanks a lot. Cheers, bye. So for any of your vintage lenses that you want to mount onto your Fuji or whichever camera that you own, you will need the adapter. So the Helios 44 is an M42 mount, so I had to search on eBay for an M42 to FX or Fuji X mount. They're also available on Amazon, roughly about £7. This has been absolutely perfect for the job, but as you can see, it adds a bit of length to the lens itself. So from there to there is the adapter length, but it's worth getting these adapters. You can get for all different lenses, so for the Olympus, for Canon, for old M42, for Leica lenses. The Leica lens adapter is actually about one of the thinnest that I've seen. But yeah, so just get along to eBay or Amazon and get yourself whatever adapter you need for your vintage lens that you've bought. You might have to do a bit of research to find out what mount your lens is that you're purchasing. But that's it. Have fun, guys.